Hi guys, today we'll see a sample application in Design Studio. As you already know, Design Studio is a somewhat advanced reporting tool introduced by SAP. It's an Eclipse-based reporting tool where we can create different kinds of reports like crash tabs, charts, etc. Uh, Basically, this supports CSS formatting and JavaScript coding, where we can format the report layouts in more advanced way. Where basically HTML and this JavaScript are very web-based languages where we have very good formatting options. Design Studio is going to support the CSS styles and JavaScript code to align the reports and kind of things in Design Studio. Okay, and coming to the data source, it supports multi-dimensional data sources like HANA analytical views and calculation views, and for BW info cubes it won't support DSOs because it's not a multi-dimensional model. It supports only multi-dimensional models as data sources. And yeah, that's about it. We have few more advanced features we'll see in the next sessions. Now we'll just try to create one sample application in dashboard design. One more thing I want to tell you is in Design Studio we are not saving any data, we are loading any data, we are not loading any data into Design Studio. The data coming into the report is from the source systems, whether it is HANA system or BW system, or it is a Microsoft business intelligence system, whatever system it is. The data is going to exist in that source system only. We're just calling the data into our Design Studio in runtime. The beauty of Design Studio is its browser friendly nature. It's render very quickly into the browser when we compare with dashboards. Let's see a sample application. Let's create a sample application using multi-dimensional models. Okay, this is the Design Studio initial screen where you can find some quick links and this kind of quick launch screen. And these are all the recent applications the user created in Design Studio. If you want to open, you can just click on that and you open. Okay, let's create a new application. Go to the application menu. You can see here application menu and new. Click on new. You can enter any name, application name. For my example, I'm entering like sales report. Description might be anything. Sales report. Okay. For the time being, we are creating a desktop browser. Device type, as I said earlier, we can create this report for iPad, iPhone also. For the time being, I'm creating the desktop browser. I'll show you another example using iPhone and iPad device. Okay, click on next, where you need to select for the time being we are selecting blank. Double click on it, or you can just click on finish. Okay, this is our it's based on Eclipse browser. It's a Eclipse console. This Design Studio is running on. Okay, most of the recent SAP reporting tools and devices are based on Eclipse. Okay, this is actual a report pan where we can design crash tabs or charts. This space is to design the report, and these are all the options we can make use of. The most important section here is this data source option, where we need to import our data source from third-party systems like HANA, BI, anything, any other device, MSBI, etc., etc. Design Studio supports any any data warehousing systems like BI, Microsoft MSBI, Oracle's business OBI, etc., etc. You can use anything. first we need to import the data source. So for that, what we need to do is we can just right click on the data source and add data source. Otherwise we have a data source icon top of this component section. You can use any option, any one option. Okay, uh, you can see this pop-up where you can add data source. First we need to select connection, nothing but if you want to from where we need to import that multidimensional model. Okay, you can see, you can click on browse to see. We have multiple options, one of which is BWs and ECC and ECC6 HANA, etc. We can use any one option. If we go for BW, we can import some info cubes as data source. Okay, for the time being I am selecting HANA data source. Yeah, we need to enter password, HANA username and password. Language is optional here. You can see there is no mark here, a mandatory mark here. It's optional field. Yeah, connection is active. If there is the connection is maintained properly, you can see this message, connection is active message, and you need to select data source now. Okay, these are all packages where you can find in catalog, sorry, not in catalog, content section in HANA, where these are all multidimensional views, like all these folders are packages where we create in HANA content section, where we can create modeling views in HANA. So for the time being, I'm searching for a sample package to show some sample example. Okay. For the time being, I'm going for this package where I created some multidimensional models. Okay. These are all some analytical views. These first three are analytical views. Okay, one is for sales, resellers. For the time being, I am selecting one calculation view, CAV2. Okay, this is about sales data. I've selected. Okay, alias name, you can give any alias name. For the time being, I am giving sales underscore DS means data source, and click on OK. Yeah. You can see the data source here. Then what the next step? Next step is to design the report, whether we need to use chart or crosstab. You can see analytical components here: chart, crosstab, dimension filter, and filter pan. I'll show you each option. First I am selecting chart. Okay, you can just drag and drop here. Yes, you can see this chart here, right? Initially there won't be any data. We need to add the existing data source to this chart. You can see this assign a data source message. What you need to do is just drag and drop the imported database to this area. That's it. Yes, you can see this report, but we need to add something now. We need to add something to this report. What we need to do is we need to select the data source and right click on it and edit initial view. Initially what this Design Studio selects is, by default it chooses only measures. It considers only measures by default every time. We need to add dimensions for this corresponding measures. We need to add dimensions here. To add dimensions in the reporting, what we need to do is need to right click on the data source and click on edit initial view. If you click on edit initial view, you can see columns. By default it's taking a measure sales amount. It's displaying only sales amount by default. If you want to add dimensions to this report, we need to open this edit initial view pop-up and we need to select the required dimensions. For the time being, we have two dimensions here. It's a measure. We have two other dimensions, that is year and color. Year is a dimension and color is another dimension. Okay, just like attributes. First of all, I am selecting year. You can see here, you can see year-wise sales data. Even I am selecting color also. Year-wise color sales. Okay, click on OK. That's it for the time being, and I'll show you more options in the next session. Click on OK. You can see this chart. You can see this chart now. It's displaying color wise and year wise data in bar charts. Okay, this is it. And okay, so I want to add a filter. For example, say if I want to provide filter options for the user, what I need to do is we can just add this dimension filter. Okay, just drag and drop here, dimension filter, where a user can filter his data based on some values. I'm adding dimension filter here. Where is it? Okay, still trying to add the filter. Yeah, we can see now. Oh, it's added multiple times. I'm deleting one. I'm selecting the dimension. What we need to do is we just as like earlier we just need to drag and drop the data source into this dimension. You can see the right side properties pane, where you can select the dimensions. Which dimension we need to add for this filter, we need to decide here. Target data source. Select the target data source. Target data source. Okay, we have already added the data source here. So just select the dimensions. Just go for year dimensions. We want to add this filter for year dimension. Okay, click on year. Okay, that's it. Click on save. Now our report is ready. Okay, just try to execute this one is to execute the report locally means it opens in the browser. This one I'll let you know later. This is about generating QR code. I'll explain you later. For the time being, export locally. Okay. Yes, this is our report, what we have designed in Design Studio. Okay, you can see some, if you can see these values, if you highlighted values, if you place cursor on the corresponding bar. Okay, let's say there are multiple years data here, but I just want to see only 1 year data, that is 2007 year data. For that I just need to click on this year filter what we designed in Design Studio. Just click on here and you can see all the available values. You can select all years value by clicking on this. Otherwise you can just select for the time being I am selecting 2007 sales. Select the corresponding value and click on apply. Now we can see only 2007 sales, color wise sales, 2007 color wise sales, right? Okay, if I want to say multiple years data, then you can select on 2008 also, apply. Now we can see 2 years data, 2007 and 2008 data. Okay, so I just want to see entire data, then we need to clear the filter. We just deselect and apply. We can see all. Okay, now I just want to add a heading for this report to provide some meaningful description for the user, like what report it is. I'll just want to add one heading here. We'll see how to add a heading. Go for basic components. In basic components you can find a text field. Text, yes. Just drag and drag the text here and just align it properly. The beauty of Design Studio is it supports CSS. CSS is the ultimate code where we can design this browser dependent components very well. It's very easy to learn. Okay, I just added sample text and click on this text. You can expand it or you can increase the width by dragging it. You can see some arrow mark here. Oh, yeah, you can see some arrow mark here. You can just expand. Okay, By default, it displays sample text where we can change the text in properties window. You can see this properties window in the right hand side of this report pan, and where you can apply some styles. You can see here type is text and visible is true. If you change this as false, it will just hide text. You won't see any text. It's be always true if you want to see the text. Okay, this is CSS level advanced coding, CSS classes, where we can maintain some CSS classes to apply formatting changes to the entire report. Style, if you go for style, you can select text style like heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. To make it bigger text, I am selecting heading 1. Okay, if you want to display some smaller heading, you can select heading 3. For the time being, I am selecting heading 1. And CSS style, if you want to apply some style here, let's change the text first. Text, by default it's showing a sample text. Let's change the text. You can change the text in text field. You can see this text option here. You just remove the existing text and enter your own text. For the time being, I am entering sales report, year-wise sales report, yearly sales report. I am just entering as yearly and click on enter. That's it. If you enter it, you can see this text here. You can adjust the format. You can increase the width also even. Okay, now I want to apply some formatting options for this text, where I need to see this text in bold, and I want to change the color of the text, and I want to change the size of the text. Okay, I want to add underline for this text. Let's see how we can do this. Okay, all these things we can do in CSS style. Okay, in CSS style you can just click on this edit. This is what we call edit. I'll show you one more time. In CSS style section, you can select on this edit option. Edit. It will give you some editor, CSS editor. You can see this CSS editor here. I'll just reduce the size of this pop-up. Okay, let's apply some style. For the time being, I just want to change the size of this heading, report heading. To change the size of report heading, the simple tag is font size colon 20 px and semicolon. That's it. You can observe the size of the text is changed to 20 px, and you can see this here. Okay, I just want to add one more thing. I want to change the color of heading. To change the color, the simple tag is color only, color colon red. That's it. It's not case sensitive. You can use capital letter or small letter, whatever it is. It's not case sensitive. Okay, click on OK. You can observe that the color of the heading is changed. Okay, and just want to apply a heading here. You can see a few other options here. Text decoration to add heading. It's a separate tag. Text declaration is underline, and I want to change the font style, whether it is italic or bold. Font style, for the time being, I'm selecting italic. That's it. Yep, change it to italic now. You can observe here. So what I need to just save it and execute it. Execute locally. You can see these changes in the browser. Yeah, you can see this. You can observe these changes. Report and the corresponding filter. You can filter data here, year-wise data here. If you want to add multiple dimensions, you can add here based on your info provider. Info provider means data source, whether it is InfoCube or calculation view or analytical view, whatever it is. You can add multiple dimensions here. one more thing I want to show you. You can also add a complete filter where you can make use of dimensions, measures, etc. You can filter data using all filter panel. It shows it gives you it gives you the multiple options to filter out the data. Filter pan. Okay, just go to the filter pan and you can format it anywhere. You can keep it in the beneath to the report or side by side, whatever it is. For the time being, I just want to keep it to the side of this. Okay, yeah, you can observe as like as just like dimensions, how we add data source. For this also we just need to add the data source. Just drag and drop the selected data source into this panel. Okay, yeah, you can observe here. You can observe these dimensions. These two are dimensions. Year and color are the dimensions for existing data source. Measure is just like values. As you know, measures are values like sales amount, quantity, etc., etc. We can filter out based on these three. Now we can filter out the report. Okay, let's see how we can filter. We just need to do we don't need to do anything here. We just save it. Just need to add the data source. Just save it and execute the report. Yes. Yes, this you can see this filter pan here where you can filter out the data. You can use both. You can use dimension filter and filter pan at a time. Based on these two combination, the reports data is going to filter out. Okay, let's see how I can apply this filter. Just click on year dimension. Okay, for the time being I'm selecting 2007 sales. Click on apply. Okay, it's displaying only 2007 sales. In 2007 I just want to see only white, only red color items. I want to see only red color items. I want to select color dimension and choose the red. I just select red and blue. Even I want to see blue color items also. Just choose the required colors. Colors means values, dimension values, and click on apply. You can observe the report there. There are only two items. There are only two items with 2007 red and blue color. You can see the sales amount. Sales amount for 2007 year for red item is 9,053,000. For blue item is 8,060,000 and 380.78. You can observe the sales amount, total sales amount of blue item in 2007 year. Okay. Measures in basically measure is a varying value where we cannot apply filters on measures because measures are very large values. It may be 1 or 1 lakh or 1 million. We can filter out the dimensions very easily, but measures we cannot filter out a measure in general. Okay, if you want to clear out this, you can just clear filter, apply, and then you can see your whole report how it is. Yeah, that's about the Design Studio sample report. Let's say add crash tab also for the same data source. I'm just adding the crash tab also. Crash tab means tabular format data. I'll just add beneath to this existing report. I'm not going to create any filters here because these filters are same for graph and crash tab. Okay, I'm just going to add crash tab also. Crash tab is tabular format display. Just drag and drop here. Just drag and drop beneath to this existing thing. It takes some time to add. Yeah, it was added. Initially there is no values. We need to add we need to assign data source for this. Even we can add multiple data sources here if you want to add. If you want to add okay, let's take another example with adding another data source. Even we can assign the same data source for these two. Okay, for the time being we'll just add another we'll just take another data source for this example. Package, I'm selecting calculation view 1. It's another calculation view. Alias name is can be anything. You can use anything. Okay, just drag and drop the new data source to this cross tab. Yep. What earlier I already explained you how this data source coming with default by measures only. Default value of data source is measures. We need to select the required attributes here. Go to the edit initial view and choose the required attributes. Here we have multiple dimensions, that is product color, customer ID, product ID, subcategory name, category name, order ID, etc. For the time being, I'm just selecting product color and product ID. You can select any dimensions. Based on that we can filter out the data. And I'm selecting one more thing, category name. Okay, click on OK. Based on 3 dimensions we are displaying this report. Yes, you can see this report here. You can see this report. Okay, let's add a header for this also. You know, I've already explained how to add report header. Just click on text. There are many more options. One available option is adding text to add the report header. Drag and drop here. We'll see more advanced options in next sessions. Double click on it. You can see this properties text here. Change the text, sample text to product sales. We are going to use product sales. Enter. Okay, if you want to change it as heading, I can select heading 1, heading 2. For the second report, I am selecting it as heading 2. Okay, even we can change the size in CSS styles. Click on CSS styles input box, and you can see this edit option here. Change the font size, font-size. This is not case sensitive. Colon 20px semicolon. And color colon, I'm selecting this as blue, BLUE, blue. Yes, okay, that's it. Click on OK. Yeah, you can see this. If you want to see this in the browser, just save it and execute it. You can see this in the browser. Still loading. Yes, you can see this crosstab report also. It's showing color wise, and you can expand this. You can scroll this to see more results. Otherwise, we can just expand. We can just increase the size of this report in dashboard, just like expanding this. Select this and expand. Expand it. You can see here, you can see this row limit and column limit. Okay, for this crash tab, if you want to increase, you can increase the row limit. Now the row limit is only 20, that's why it's showing only 20 rows. Just want to change it to 50. Save it. and execute. That's how we can design a sample report in Design Studio. We'll see more advanced options in the coming sessions. Thank you.